Hi, it's Myles here at Studio Fabricana. Welcome. Right now it's summertime at the studio and things are kind of slow, but we're gearing up for lots of new videos for fall. In the meantime, check out these short videos with some cool sewing tips. It's amazing to us here at Fabricana how many people walk into our store looking for buttons, but they're going to ask somebody to sew them on because they don't know how to. So we thought it'd be worthwhile having a little video showing how to sew on a button. All you need is a straight pin, a threaded needle with a double thread, your button, and some sort of marking tool. I've used my marking chalk to indicate exactly where I want to sew my button on. I'm going to use my straight pin and stick it into the fabric right over where I want to sew the button on. What this is going to do is create a little bit of depth above the fabric to create a shank between the fabric and the button. So I'm going to actually from the front insert the needle, and then I'm going to go through the back and come up on the other side of the pin. Go through one of the holes from the back and go through the other hole from the front. Now I'm going to go back into where I put my original thread. I still have my little knot there, and I'm going to go from front to back. Again, note how the pin is creating a bit of depth between the button and the fabric. On the back side, I go in again where I went in before, through the same hole of the button, and then back through the other hole. I'll repeat this quite a few times, maybe about 6 times, making sure that I'm always keeping a little bit of depth between the button and the fabric. So once we've gone through the holes a few times, you can see all my stitching here. Now it's time to create the shank. So what I'm going to do is when my needle is at the front, I'm going to actually stick the needle through the hole, but not into the fabric this time. So now the thread is between the button and the fabric. I'm going to remove that pin, and I've still got a bit of space between the fabric and the button. I'm going to wrap my thread now around this shank that I've created, and I'm doing it quite tightly. And once I've done that a few times, I'm going to use my pin to push right through the shank that I've created. This way I don't have to tie a big knot. It's a little bit tough. You might have to give it a few good tugs. I'm going to do this a couple of times to really secure the end of my thread into the shank. That's nice and tight. All I need to do now is cut off my thread close to where I've stitched, and voila, we have a very secure button with a self shank.